At The Trade Desk, we have a mission: make the internet better by changing the way advertising is bought and sold. We believe that the quality of media, everything from the latest streaming TV series to the news stories that shape our world, depends on the quality of advertising. And it's no secret that advertising can be improved, especially on the internet. What's harder to figure out is the why. Why does the pair of shoes you price-checked follow you around? Why do you see 100 offers for mattresses after you just bought one? These kinds of experiences can cause the consumer to develop bad associations with the brand. The fact is, until recently, advertisers have had very little control over how and who interacted with their brand. That's where The Trade Desk comes in. Our platform allows advertisers and their agencies to decide how, where, and to whom their ads are shown on a massive scale. Every second, we provide millions of opportunities to deliver tailored marketing messages, nearly 9 million, in fact. You heard that right. Our platform handles close to 9 million queries per second, or around 100 times the global query volume of Google's search. That kind of scope means that our engineering, product, and data science teams are tackling, untangling, and solving problems at a scale and rate that's never been seen in our industry, or most any industry. But to really understand just how exciting it is to be an engineer at The Trade Desk, you have to understand a little more about where we came from and where we're going. Media has been bought and sold in largely the same way for the past 150 years. On the surface, things might seem fine. Publishers, the people who make money off content, go out and strike deals with the advertisers who want to buy ad space near the content. The deal says you can show this number of ads for this price, and it's fixed. So what's the problem? In this system, advertisers get to decide where their ads are shown, but not who gets to see them. That power lies with the publisher, who has complete control over whether an ad is shown to one person 1 million times, to 1 million people once, or to 1 million people who live in an area where the product isn't even sold. As a result, brands are spending millions of dollars to speak to consumers who don't care about their message. Can you think of any other marketplace that works this way? It's as if you walked into a grocery store and were only given the option to purchase a pre-filled cart full of items. If that's how grocery buying worked, it's hard to imagine we would have waited 150 years to fix it. So we were left with a way of doing business that was worse for everyone. Advertisers started to devalue the cost of media and couldn't control who saw their messages. Publishers made less money on their inventory. Consumers experienced irrelevant ads. This marketplace also doesn't account for a massive and changing internet. If a publisher signs a contract to serve ads for 2 million site visits, but gets 3 million visits the next day, they've missed out on monetizing a lot of their inventory. But if the publisher agreed to serve ads for 2 million visits and the site only received 1 million visitors, the publisher would instead owe the advertiser for the overbooked spots. This kind of inefficiency, so poorly suited to a dynamic digital environment, means that over half of a publisher's available inventory often went unsold. As a result, buyers couldn't determine what the inventory was worth, sellers couldn't move it around fast enough, and we were left with an industry that fed on obscured and inflexible transactions. The answer to these problems? Openness and transparency, so the buyer can make a decision about what they purchase. Innovators turned to a new model based on candid financial exchanges like the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, called programmatic advertising. This system stresses the decisioning power of both sides, creating a real-time marketplace that's better for everyone: advertisers, publishers, and consumers. How is this new model different from the old one? In both, you start with a container, or the place where an ad will be shown. In the old way of doing things, the source for this container would be an ad server operating under a publisher, which would fill the container with whatever ads had been decided on in their contract with an advertiser. In programmatic, the container source is an independent advertising exchange. When the page is loading, the container or ad space is rendered, and a request for an ad is sent to that exchange. The exchange sends the request for bids to all registered demand-side platforms, or DSPs, which are companies like The Trade Desk that represent the interests of advertisers, to fill the ad slot with creative that is relevant to the audience at that exact moment. When a bid request is received, each DSP sifts through hundreds of pieces of metadata about how, where, and to whom the ad will be shown, and decides what the opportunity is worth to its advertisers. An advertiser's level of interest is translated into a bid and is submitted to the exchange where all bids are auctioned. The highest bidder wins and their ad is sent to fill the original container. All of this happens in about 1/10 of a second. This system puts the power back in the hands of advertisers by enabling them to decide the context and recipients of their ads. It also allows publishers to sell the exact amount of inventory available since the marketplace operates in real time. And finally, it puts relevant ads in front of consumers. The demand-side platforms who operate in this marketplace vary in size and scope. At The Trade Desk, which is one of the largest and fastest-growing DSPs in the world, we look to provide two things for our clients: an understanding of the true value of media and robust analytics to make the best decisions possible. Our clients can individually evaluate hundreds of data points for each and every advertising opportunity that flows through our platform, which gives them a clear and accurate understanding of what their buys are worth. But it's no small feat to achieve this transparency. To give our clients the information they need, more queries are processed by The Trade Desk's platform than page views by Facebook, searches by Google, snaps by Snapchat, or tweets by Twitter combined. You'd be hard-pressed to find another internet platform that has more transactional scale, and we're still growing at an astonishing pace. The scale and complexity of the decision-making that our platform provides requires analytics capabilities to match. Just as you wouldn't want to buy a stock without analyzing the market, researching different opportunities, and tracking the performance of your portfolio, an advertiser shouldn't buy ad space without understanding the scope of the market and the effect of their actions on the performance of their campaigns. This requires constant innovation in modeling, machine learning, visualization, and interface to help our clients find every corner of optimization in an exceptionally rich landscape of data. For an engineer, data scientist, or UX engineer who wants the opportunity to advance the state of their art, it just doesn't get any better than this. But in the process of building incredible technology to solve hard problems, we've actually built something even stronger and more valuable: an award-winning culture based on trust, empathy, collaboration, and ownership. Every day, we work across lines that often divide at other companies because we are more than builders, more than innovators, more than thought leaders or great problem solvers. We are a family who, through shared challenges, setbacks, and successes, has become more than the sum of our parts. We know that each of us are better together than we could ever be apart. We got our start in 2009 and have since grown to be one of the most successful SaaS companies in the world. But we're just getting started. Only 2% of the entire advertising industry is taking advantage of the opportunities that programmatic offers. 98% is still buying the pre-filled cart of groceries. We are staring at a massive field of opportunity, and we need people with the ingenuity, empathy, and grit to help us transform the global media industry. We hope that's you.